Have you ever noticed the moment you stop chasing someone, the moment you stop over-explaining, the moment you stop trying to prove your heart, you feel calmer? Not cold, not bitter, just calm. What if detachment is not about losing love, but about gaining self-respect? Today we are talking about something powerful: detachment. And no, detachment is not ego. It is not attitude. It is not pretending you don't care. Detachment is self-respect. Let's go deeper. Most people think holding on is strength. They think fighting for every relationship is maturity. They think tolerating everything is kindness. But no one teaches us this. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is let go. Detachment is not about not caring. It is about caring without losing yourself. And that changes everything. When you are too attached, your mood depends on someone else's behavior. Your peace depends on their replies. Your confidence depends on their validation. Your stability depends on their consistency. That is not love. That is emotional dependence. Detachment brings you back to your center. You stop asking, why are they acting like this? And you start asking, why am I accepting this? That shift is powerful because now you are in control again. Causes. Why is detachment so hard? Why does letting go feel painful? Because attachment often comes from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of not being chosen, fear of losing what you imagined. Sometimes you are not attached to the person. You are attached to the idea, the future you created in your head, the version of them you hoped for. And hope can be dangerous when it ignores reality. Another reason detachment feels hard is low self-validation. If you don't fully respect yourself, you will seek respect from others. If you don't fully trust yourself, you will constantly need reassurance. If someone pulls away, you panic because you feel like your worth is shaking. But here is the truth. Your worth was never in their hands. You just placed it there. Another cause is overgiving. You give too much, too fast, too often. You become available all the time. You explain everything. You adjust constantly, and slowly, you forget your own boundaries. Then when you try to pull back, it feels wrong. It feels uncomfortable. But that discomfort is growth. Sometimes we stay attached because of ego. We want to win. We want them to realize our value. We want the last word. But detachment says something different. It says, I choose peace over pride. And peace is more important than proving a point. Sometimes we are attached to potential. We see who someone could be. We believe in who they might become. But detachment teaches you this. Look at patterns, not promises. Consistency reveals truth. Words can be beautiful, but behavior is louder. If someone consistently makes you anxious, confused, uncertain, that is your answer. Detachment is respecting that answer. Solutions. So how do you practice detachment without becoming cold? First, separate effort from outcome. Give your best, communicate clearly, show up honestly, and then release control of the result. If it works, beautiful. If it doesn't, you still have your integrity. That is self-respect. Second, stop over-explaining. You do not need to defend your character repeatedly. If you explained yourself clearly once, and they still choose to misunderstand you, that misunderstanding belongs to them. Not everything requires a reaction. Third, learn to sit with the urge. You will feel the urge to text again, to check their profile, to explain one more time. Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, am I doing this from love or from anxiety? If it is anxiety, choose stillness. The urge will pass. Fourth, build your own life. Have your routines. Have your goals. Have your friendships. Have your passions. When your world is full, you do not cling to one person for emotional survival. You enjoy them. You do not depend on them. Fifth, accept reality faster. Instead of saying, maybe they didn't mean it, say they did what they did. Instead of saying, maybe it will change, say this is the pattern. Reality may hurt once. Illusion hurts repeatedly. Detachment chooses clarity. Sixth, protect your energy. If someone constantly drains you, reduce access. You do not need to announce it. You simply invest less, respond less, engage less, and observe who notices, who adjusts, who shows effort. Detachment reveals truth quietly. Seventh, practice self-validation. When something happens, before asking others, ask yourself, how do I feel? What do I think? Does this align with my values? Trust your answer. The more you trust yourself, the less you chase external approval. Now let's talk about what changes when you truly detach. You become calmer, not because life is perfect, but because you are no longer trying to control everything. You stop overanalyzing messages. You stop interpreting silence as rejection. You stop making someone's mood your responsibility. You feel lighter. Your standards rise naturally. You stop tolerating inconsistency. You stop chasing minimal effort. You stop begging for clarity. And something interesting happens. People start respecting you more. Why? Because boundaries command respect. When people know you will walk away calmly, they treat you differently, and if they don't, they remove themselves. Both outcomes protect you. Detachment also strengthens self-trust. You realize, if something leaves, you will survive. If something ends, you will rebuild. You are not afraid of loss anymore. You are afraid of losing yourself, and that is self-respect. Healthy love does not require you to shrink. It does not require begging. It does not require constant anxiety. If you feel unstable all the time, that is not deep love. That is emotional insecurity. Detachment in love means this. You choose someone who chooses you. Consistently, not occasionally. You walk away from mixed signals. You walk away from repeated disrespect, without drama, without revenge, without needing long explanations. Closure is not always a conversation. Sometimes closure is clarity. Clarity that you did your part. Clarity that you were honest. Clarity that you stayed true to yourself. And if it still did not work, you release it. That release is power. The moment you stop chasing, you see who truly values you. When you stop initiating every time, you see who reaches out. When you stop overgiving, you see who reciprocates. Detachment exposes truth, and truth brings freedom. It might hurt at first, but it saves you years of confusion. Imagine this version of you. You no longer panic when someone pulls away. You no longer double text from fear. You no longer beg to be understood. You observe, you adjust, you move forward. Calmly. That is strength. Not loud. Strength. Quiet strength. Detachment is saying, I care about you, but I care about myself more. Not in a selfish way, in a healthy way. Because you cannot build stable relationships from unstable self-worth. Self-respect begins with small decisions, not sending that extra message, not arguing endlessly, not tolerating repeated disrespect, not sacrificing your peace for temporary validation. These small choices build emotional power. And over time, you become grounded. You become steady, you become unshakable, not because nothing affects you, but because you do not allow everything to control you. Detachment is freedom from emotional chaos. It is loyalty to your peace. It is trust in your value. And once you experience that peace, you will not want to go back because you realize something important. You were never asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong people. So the next time you feel the urge to chase, pause. Ask yourself, is this self-respect? If the answer is no, choose differently, choose stillness, choose boundaries, choose dignity, choose detachment, because detachment is not giving up. It is leveling up. It is not losing love. It is losing anxiety. It is not rejecting others. It is accepting yourself. And when you truly respect yourself, you no longer fear who leaves. You only protect your peace. Detachment is self-respect, and self-respect is freedom. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel connected with this content. Good luck and stay safe.